Hey guys, so the stream started. Welcome back. Yesterday we had the stream of creating this dress using tube tool. Someone who didn't watch this can revisit the previous video, and it goes through how we used this tube, this dress. But the dress, our end goal is to create something similar to this reference image. I don't know how much close we can get with Nomadsculpt. Nomadsculpt has its own uh, limitations. Let's use to that's the whole goal. Okay, so I'll switch up post processing so that this can be smoother. Again, I tried doing something to minimize the latency in my video. I can see it is still there, but yeah, I'm gonna find a way to do that. Try to delete some of the software from the laptop, which slightly helped. Yeah, that is for the future. But today, this is what we got here. This is a face group for the dress. It's in a single wireframe mode, shows how the dress flows. Neat. We did create this slit yesterday, and now having the reference image, you can see it has a slit up to the knee, and we are gonna extend the face group slightly. The aim is to create a band of face group around the borders of the dress where we can add or golden fabrics, whatever we call it, design. But for that, I'm going to rely Feather 3D, and to export to on the border, we export that file into Feather 3D is what we are going to see today. That's the main goal. So even before that, we'll have to clean this. Remember, the neck portion was slightly large. It was a bit harder to create. So let's go select the section and deflate, trying to solve the neck issue. Now it didn't work. I'm gonna select even further the top shoulder region, just retain the next section and deflate slightly, but still got to be somewhere around this, right? And you can smooth the remaining sections. That's what the aim is. And you can see it has gone away. And yeah, I can use the move tool. Trying to bring the regions away from the neck as close as possible. and whatever going inside the body as well, move it away. Now if we remove the mask, we can smooth it. Let's smooth it first, and then we can inflate whatever section goes inside the body. And yeah, mostly it is solved here. I'm gonna now inflate slightly. And smooth it. Reduce the smooth effect, and it should give us the desired result. I'm gonna quickly go grab the quad remesher. There is no face groups at this point. I'm gonna just click same, which gives us a better version. You can see the curve is still clean, so I'm gonna give it same. Okay, so in these cases what we can do is create a face group around the neck and try to select whatever you can. Just one ring for now, and you can see the ring is not clean enough, right? So that is where we got the dynamic topology option. Enable it and just make sure you have triangles there. I'm guessing that. So I'm just trying to make an even thickness of the band around the neck. Now go to measure. I would use retain the face group and relax option, and just click same. The next time it creates one, I have to save it first. I will also smooth this section here, but even before smoothing, I'm gonna switch on again the dynamic topology, so the edges are gonna be cleaner. Let's say okay, and go quarter mesh, same. Gonna try relaxing, and I'm gonna click it again, same. Yeah, that's what we want. It's a clean band, and hopefully it's solved, but it doesn't touch anything else other places other than the main regions where the fabric goes into the body. We just need to tap a inflate with a reduced pressure so that it doesn't inflate too much on the shoulder a bit, this back. Yep, that's it, I guess. When you zoom out, you can see there are some regions here and here as well. Perfect. That should be enough for time. And I'm gonna remove the wireframe and smooth mode, switching off the face group. You can see how it looks now. gonna change this property. Let's see how it looks at a refractive mode. Yeah, with the refractive material, it is not as close as the fabric in the reference image, but still, it's better. Now, as I promised, I need to make a band around the edges. So for that, I need to identify the center of the fabric of to the body. So let me sharp this region. Enabling the face group. Let me use the face group and remove this. Creating one here. Maybe this. Use the move tool. Just trying to move this. Oh, sorry. Change the radius. And use the face group option with dynamic typology. Just need to, you know what, I'm gonna retain the same face group. Let's see how it looks first. But enable this one. Select that, mask that region there. Invert the mask. And let's try to trim it. Polygon. Let's see how sharp we can get it up to. Let's do that. For that, selection mask has to be removed. Trim. Okay, it is done there. Okay, and remove this and quadri mesh. Same. That should probably give it sharp. Perfect. That's what we want there. And might be another same, should give a neat clean border. Let's see. Perfect. That is what. Okay. Now that we have done this, now we want to find the center line. And to do that, we're gonna grab the tube tool. Let's enable X-ray. It is confusing. So with the body, I'm gonna hide the hand, so it's not in between our sketching process. Sorry. And let's draw the tube. And making sure the snap face is available. I'm gonna snap it to this face. So it snaps to the body. Let's see how it looks in the X-ray mode. Okay. And snap it to this vertex here. Perfect. So the slit goes up to the hip, close to the hip, but it doesn't go all the way up. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna retain this tube, even though I want the center. I'm gonna retain it only till the lower hip there, and try to reduce this tube size. Might be create few more points so that the tube is on top. Okay, and let it come out a bit. I could subtract this. That was the previous method I tried. Now I'm revisiting this. I'm thinking, should I do this method or let straight away paint the face group? Let's try painting the face group and see if it doesn't work. Then yeah, we can rethink. So for that, let's have a copy of this, so I don't mess with. Even if I mess with this, we have a copy available. I'm gonna reduce the number of triangles here. At this point it is 14.8k triangles, sorry, quadrants. I'm gonna have it. Oh, how much is 6,000? Not bad. So that it's gonna reduce the number of faces I had to deal with. Going into face group mode, and instead of auto pick, I'm gonna create a new face group. What if I use the same face group what we have here by using auto picker? Yep. See there, the neck region is different color. I'm gonna use that and paint it. It goes over to the shoulder and it comes over there to the left shoulder. How do we end the back? Okay, what if we have it pointed? Something like this. Yeah, let's see. Okay, now the front portion, it's bringing it down a bit more wider on the left, sorry, on the right. Does it go on the, yeah, goes well here, here. Okay, and the hip as well kinda has a belt around. Maybe it goes up. Imagine it goes up, goes down. It looks as if it has a hand section there. Let's say it is a bit sharp there. Goes around, trying to connect at the same location. And yeah, make it a bit more sharper. I'm zooming it out so that I can see, I can access more number of quadrants at the same stroke. And let's slow it down. Okay, now how wide do we want? So it's the image has a wider section for the golden fabric. So might be I'm gonna give somewhere 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If it is hard to follow, I'm gonna change. Yep. Let's go by the flow. Take it all the way around the fabric. Yeah, I know that section is sharp. We can use as I used before. Okay. So it is, let's make it a bit more wide towards the top as it reaches to the hip, and then merge it to it. Okay. Yeah, now it is, at this point it is just a coarse way of doing things. As you know before, go dynamic topology, enable it, and I can might be straighten it like this. Okay. What about the back? Sharpen it. Try to sharpen it. Okay, and as it goes down, sharp. Okay, that should be it for that. Here, let's add a fillet. Yeah, engineering terms, fillet. If I switch it over and reduce slightly, then enable dynamic topology. Enable that. Just to go down from here. Here. Again, enable this. Chopping the excess region, smoothing it out. And there goes the sharp edges. Yeah, it takes a while to create the face groups, but when you have completed the face group, it's gonna be so much easier for the next step. You gotta do it right first so that you don't want to do it twice. Yeah. Should I make it sharp as that? Why not? Perfect. Here's some. If it is hard to follow, switch off the wireframe. Okay, it goes down. This is sharp here. This section looks more wider than what is required. Let's widen this section. Slightly here. Yeah, don't worry about those sharp edges which we are getting. Can solve it by remeshing. Yeah, while remeshing, it automatically relaxes those coarser edges, and voila, we got it. Let's save it before anything weird happens. Yeah, what shall we do now? Go choose a quad remeasure. As I said before, the relax option is available, and just hit the same. Gonna take time because now the number of polygons has been increased. Wireframe mode. Ooh, let's half it. How much is it? 86 now. Let's half it a bit more. Yeah. 37. You can see there are still more sections where it is not flowing properly. Let's see what happens in this iteration. Yeah. If you still feel this is not working, I can use the phase group again, dynamic topology, use the dot method, remove that section, and click quad measure, same. It's gonna remove that. Still more, same. Yep, you can see now how smoothly it is flowing around the borders. That's what we want. It should be a single band flowing all the way around the body, and as it goes up gradually, that is neat. That's what we want. And if you remove the phase group and go in smooth mode, you will not see any difference. Only there is a differentiation of the mesh itself. Okay, we can still fine tune this. Let's say if we can have it even further. Let's see. Yep, that is neat. how many triangles? 654. Did I go too far? Maybe use the same method. I'm gonna leave this for time being for today's video. And no, we still have more to do for today. But if you are worried about it is not hugging to the body anymore, so we know we already had a copy of the tube. Make sure that is on and use, as we used to do, reproject from high resolution. And now we got the best where the mesh, and also it is now gonna hug to the body more than before. Slightly inflate. Okay. Right. The knee region. Okay. Yes. Now that we have done this, I don't want the tube anymore. I'm gonna leave it without the tube or the face. Okay, again, it's weird without the hands. Right. So there is the possibilities we got here is now if you clone the same tube and you can hide only this section. In solo mode you can see I'm only hiding that. Let's say I'm deleting it. I'm going the solo mode. Yeah, there is one layer there. Imagine I'm gonna change it into golden metalness. Let's say I paint it, and if it is additive, let's say if it is in post processing, I will just look. And try to paint glossy. This one as well, paint glossy. Maybe you can hide solo and hide this one here and remove the solo and go to smooth mode. So you see what the possibilities are. You're able to change the color on the go, and let's increase the metalness a bit and paint all. So this is the aim. We are going to use that fabric. So why did we do this? We could have sent the whole mesh into Feather 3D, as I was saying before, and draw those golden petals, right? Why did we do this border? So when you bring this into Feather 3D, Feather 3D doesn't have proper borders. It doesn't identifies the model with proper mesh borders. So the way to do it is, if you already create it, to make the whole process easier. That's the whole intention here. And knowing that, I'm gonna export this. This obj, only the selected file. Export it into Let's save it into files. Okay, name is tube 7. Going into downloads. Further, I already created, I tried this out if it works or not. You can import that body into Feather 3D, like a fabric, like an object in this section here. So you can use import, choose file. I'm going to use tube 7, which was the recent one. So you can see it is quite different from the previous. The body is quite different from the previous object, because that was a different version which I tried before, even before starting this. So if you are wondering how I brought the image here, there is an option to bring in import photo from the photo library, and you can bring the images and place it in the as if it's a plane. So that's going to be a reference there. So if I hide here, what I have done here is in the group, I can draw whatever I want on this fabric. And now that I know which is the border, I can make sure I can stick to the border. That is the whole intention for this face group thing, everything, all the headache which we went through. And now that the border is defined, can change whatever. This one worked for me. This one has a thickness by itself, this tool. The other tool was this, like a marker. It is flat, literally flat to the surface. So let's say I have a circle here or whatever. Let's say I have a, did I go to a different one? Yeah. Alright. Used to painting for so long, I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna revisit it, but you know what I mean. So let's continue the pattern. Why not? It might not look that good in Feather 3D when you're drawing, but the magic happens once you bring it back into Nomadsculpt. So let's say I'm bringing this back into Nomadsculpt, export as GLTF into Nomad. I'm gonna add it to the scene. You're not seeing that. I'm gonna hide the background reference image. So it is there. So the group is there. I'm gonna hide the previous tubes because this is not drawn for that, right? I'm gonna unhide the other tubes which I had. Where is it? Here, I think. Yep. So what I have done in this object, in this dress, is I extended the slit all the way to the top. So the main aim is to have a clear border all the way to the top, and so the design sticks to it. So now, yeah, even when we brought the sketch from Feather 3D, it doesn't look that great. Change the color. Let's say I make it metal. That is where it starts shining. And I prefer that object to be without any smoothing option. So let's say I switch off the smooth, and you can see it feels like a fabric already. And if you meticulously draw all those patterns there, hide this tube. It's gonna be on the fabric with all those details. And let me save this. A better version which I have already completed is yeah, I got it somewhere here. This one here. So this one was sketched, all these patterns were sketched in Feather 3D, and I can show you that one as well here. So back, home, this is what we have. So this one was drawn on Feather 3D, and if you want and view the sequence, let's play. File, export, video, let's say MP4, preset, time lapse, export. Hey, see, this is how I drew it. It's just nothing big, just few strokes all around the 3D model, and I drew the outer skeleton first and then drew the inner section with a different tool. And we do have the mirror option, so it was easier for me to draw on both the sides at the same time. So once it was drawn, I'm gonna stop this. It was exported as I did before, export GLTF, and I brought it into Nomad. Here we are with all the rendering options. So you can see it is not, I removed the smoothing, so it gives that crisp shine of metal feel. And this is what, if you do it the same way for the current project, that's what I'm planning to do. This is the whole goal. So for today's video, I'm gonna just stick to the face group and exporting options, and we have covered everything today. Might be for tomorrow we can I don't know if I will be able to do any more on this by today night. What shall we do for tomorrow on this? Or else for time being, I'm gonna leave this, stick go into another projects, because every project requires some time, and yeah, this is just an hobby, right? Let's do it slowly. And someone who wants to learn of different topics or anything specific, which you can ask me, I can get it done for the next session. Until then, thank you guys, whoever is watching this. Thank you. Have a good one.